This is Krista from artisticvegan.com. Thank you for joining me in a refreshing yoga routine today. To begin, come to the front of your yoga mat in mountain pose. On a big inhale, raise your arms above your head, stretching upwards. Go ahead and wiggle into it. Exhale, extending your arms to the right, coming into half moon pose. Breathe deeply, pushing your ribs and hips out to deepen the stretch. Go ahead and step your legs shoulder width apart and move over to your left side, extending your arms up over to the left, pushing your ribs and your hips out to deepen the stretch. Move around as needed to increase the stretch. And when you're ready, exhale your arms down to your side. On a big inhale, bring your arms above your head, reach as high as you can, and on an exhale, gently fold over into a standing forward bend, bring your arms above your head. Relax here, taking a few deep breaths in and a few deep breaths out. Just hang out here for a bit, lengthen the hamstrings, allowing your neck to relax. And think about lifting your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale to come halfway up to flat back pose. Exhale, bring hands down, step or jump back, slowly lowering into plank position. Inhaling up into down or into upward facing dog. Pressing your shoulder blades down, relaxing your head and your neck back. Just let your spirit flow as you gently rock side to side and rotate your neck to loosen it up. Do a few neck rolls and just relax here and let your whole body relax as your neck relaxes. We hold a lot of tension there. And when you're ready, exhale into downward facing dog. Step your feet gently side to side. Press your shoulder blades back. Let your neck and head relax and lift your hips up towards the sky. Gently press your feet back and forth, left and right, activating different parts of your body. Extend your left leg up and back to stretch your hip, going into the three-legged downward facing dog pose with a bent knee variation. And as you're ready, slowly drop that left leg to the ground into a partial bridge, lifting your left arm out and back to deepen the stretch. Take a few deep breaths here, returning to downward facing dog. Exhale and lift your right leg up and go ahead into your bent knee variation, giving your hip a hearty stretch. When you're ready, slowly drop that right leg down to the ground into a partial bridge, extending your right arm to deepen the stretch. Return to downward facing dog. And you're either going to step or jump to the front of your mat. On a big inhale, stretch and extend your arms up over your head, and go ahead and exhale into a standing forward bend with clasped arms above head, gently pulling your shoulders away from the floor, letting your neck relax. Exhale. With each breath, deepen into the stretch. Inhale, come halfway up to flat back pose. Step or jump back into plank, slowly lowering down, lifting into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Extend left leg high into the air, lifting it up. Go ahead and bring your left leg into your chest, engaging your core. Extend your left leg straight up into the air. Bring it into your core. And we're going to do it one more time, extending that leg straight up and bringing it into your core. Now on the very last time, we're going to stretch your hip out to the right for a variation. Really get a good stretch there. Bring your leg back up and into your chest. This time, move your heel fore and aft, side by side, to get a good stretch in your hips. Really just let go and have fun and move your hips around and wiggle around here, loosening up your entire body. Lift your legs straight back up. Move around. Whatever feels natural here. Lifting it for the final time, extending down into a partial bridge. Take a second, take a deep breath, and we're going to go ahead and return into downward facing dog, repeating this time with your opposite leg, extending it straight up into the sky. Bring your right leg into your chest. Extend it straight up, bring it into your chest. Extend it straight up. And into your chest. This time, bring it back so you can open your hips, really open those hips, look up towards your heel, under your armpit. Bring the legs straight up and into your chest. And this time, rock it fore and aft. Really let loose and just have fun and move around. Letting your hips, your neck, everything just let go. Lift your leg back straight up. And this time, we're going to drop it all the way down into a partial bridge, bringing your right arm off the ground to gracefully stretch into that partial bridge. Coming back into our downward facing dog. Step or hop to the front of your mat. On an inhale, rise to the front. Exhale, slowly lowering down with you clasping your arms behind your back. Come part way up. And this time we're going to come into a warrior pose, bringing your left leg back, your right leg forward. Go ahead and get situated, putting a lot of pressure on your back leg. And come up into reversed warrior pose, really extending out, pushing out with your ribs, taking a few deep breaths here, lengthening in that pose on each breath. Go deeper. Come back into warrior pose. And when you're ready, slowly lower down into triangle pose. Bringing your right arm to the ground. Looking up towards your left arm. Now you can feel free to stay here, or if you would like, you can join me in a variation. To do that, simply lower down into a deeper lunge. Bringing your right arm under your right thigh, your left arm back, clasp your arms, bring your shoulders back, and just open your heart. Let your neck relax. Stay here for a few deep breaths, really opening your chest. Bring your right arm to the ground. Now place your left arm either on the inside or the outside of your foot, whatever feels comfortable. Raising your other arm up, looking up towards the ceiling or towards your hand. Get a good deep stretch here in your hips. It feels really good on your hamstrings as well. Slowly lower your arm down, placing both arms about shoulder width apart. You're going to take your right leg, slowly lowering your knee down to the floor. Try to square up your hips and make it almost a partial triangle with your legs. Get it as straight as feels comfortable. Just kind of feel around to what feels good on your hips. Coming up on both of your hands and doing some neck rolls here just to loosen up your neck. Keep doing a few neck rolls, stretching to either side, whatever side needs the most. I found every angle feels amazing. When you're ready, slowly lower your body down to the ground, stretching out with your arms. Really get a good stretch here. Just relax, taking a few deep breaths to deepen into the stretch. Slowly come back up, and if your hips are up for it, bring your left leg up. On this particular day, my hip was not feeling it. Always listen to your body. So if you'd like, you can stay in that stretch, and if you're able. Otherwise, feel free to join me in a variation. I bent my left knee, extending my right leg forward. Go ahead and lower your head to your shin. Hang out here. When you're ready, lift your toes up. This will activate your hamstrings and your hip a little bit more. And if you feel up for it, go ahead and slide into the splits. Taking some deep breaths. Get comfortable. Go ahead and on a deep breath, bring your arms over your head. Slowly exhale your arms down. And let's come back into child's pose just for a moment to relax our hips and take a few moments to take a few deep breaths. Go ahead and press into downward facing dog, and we're going to repeat on the other side. This time, bring your left leg forward, stepping into Warrior Two. Get situated, and when you're ready, we're going to extend your left arm over your head, coming into reverse warrior pose. This is a really good one to stretch out with your ribs, really deepen into that stretch on each breath. Come back into Warrior Two, looking out over your arms, squaring your hips. Slowly lower down into triangle pose. Your left hand's going to be on the ground while looking up at your right arm. Go ahead and stay here, or if you'd like, you can join me in a variation, bringing your left arm under your left leg and your right arm behind your back to clasp your hands. Lift your shoulders back, stretch your chest, and open your heart, letting your neck relax. Stay here for a few breaths just to really open your chest and get some space there. We're going to go into reverse triangle pose, placing your right arm on the outside or the inside of your left leg, looking up at your left arm. Now slowly lower your left leg down, squaring your hips and getting your shin as straight as you can without forcing it. Use your hands to support yourself and slowly just do some neck rolls. Bringing your neck to the side and to the other side. Slowly bringing it down and all the way around. Bring it back around to the other side. And all the way back. Come all the way forward, stretching out with your arms, and really get a good deep stretch. And if you're up for it, slowly bring that leg back up. Bring both of your arms back to grab your toes. Try to touch your forehead if you can. Extended your arm out in front. And really rock that pose if you can. And slowly lower down into child's pose. And feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for joining me today and for taking the time to do this yoga practice. Namaste.